We're getting back to Declan Rice's sending off. Arsenal against Brighton. We know what happened. Declan received a second yellow for knocking the ball away after it was rolled against him. Veltman then kicked through the Arsenal midfielder as he went to take the free kick. The law was applied after Declan was deemed for delaying the restart. Arteta said he was amazed. Shouldn't have come to that. What's your take on it? Richard is a Brighton fan. Richard, good afternoon. What do you want to say in this? Mr. Souness, Mr. Jordan are sitting beside me.
Yes, well, first of all, I want to say that Graeme Souness is talking complete nonsense. The second point
How many games did you play?
Graeme,
well, actually, I was first reserve for the Brighton Grammar School under-12s in 1950.
Well, that qualifies you no end, doesn't it?
It does.
Richard, don't be unsettled by that interruption. Carry on, please.
Unsettled, believe me, I'm not the least unsettled. Anyway, what I wanted to say to you was this, that there were three separate offences conceivably, okay? The first was the tackle by Rice on Veltman. Yeah, that was a blatant yellow card. In fact, he probably should have been sent off. I've actually got a close-up taken from the television, which I'll be happy to show you, which shows you that he's going through and he was studs up when he took him out. Number one. Number two, the João Pedro issue. Yes, he may well have been shown a yellow card for that, but he wasn't. And it was for kicking the ball away, I agree.
So that shows a bit of inconsistency, Richard, right?
Can I just finish? The third issue was the issue of the delayed restart, and that was a clear offence. The Referees Association, or whatever they're called, issued a statement yesterday that was published in full in the Daily Mail, which explains he did it. And if you look at the video closely, which I've done, you can see that Rice is looking in the direction of the ball. He quite deliberately kicks the ball away. Now, he should definitely have received a second yellow card. Whether Veltman should have received a card for kicking him is another matter entirely. And to say that it was, it's a letter of the law, it is the letter of the law, and it's a very good law, because Arsenal, amongst many other teams, are brilliant at the dark arts, and they are constantly trying to do this sort of thing. So sorry, Graeme, but you know.
So the letter of the law only applies to Arsenal and not.
No, I'm not
Brighton.
saying the referee was necessarily consistent. I'm not saying the referee was right. I'm merely saying that he should definitely have been sent off. And well, you're a guy who used to like to practice the dark arts yourself.
Would you be happy if a Brighton player was getting sent off for that? Seriously.
Look, I'm sure that if I were a Brighton supporter, I'd be taking the opposite. I wouldn't be taking the opposite view, but I'm sure I'd be upset. But that's football. We always see things, through the lens of our own eyes. And unfortunately, we are not unbiased. But in this case, it was clearly a sending off offence. It was the second yellow card, and he should have known better than to do that at a time when he'd just been had a yellow card against him.
Do you accept my argument that he's rolled the ball towards?
No, I don't.
Declan Rice
should have done. No,
and if that ball had stopped and not reached Declan Rice, he would have kicked the ball against Declan Rice to get him sent off.
Declan Rice did not have to turn around, which he did, and look at the ball, which he did, and kick it away, which he did.
Kicked it off.
So it was the correct decision, Richard, in your view, that Arsenal there and then were reduced to 10 men.
Once again, I have to say that Graeme, despite his enormous experience, doesn't know what he's talking about.
Richard, thank you very much indeed. Wow. Oh, Graeme.
I've never had such tosh from some fool who thinks he knows the game.
Well, he played.
He doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, he's never played 5 minutes in junior football, boys' school, whatever. They're not people. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone's entitled to an opinion, but his opinion doesn't count.
No.
He doesn't know what he's talking
the only
about.
person that's entitled to opinion is you.
No, and yours.
You held in a reverential
And
position
you find
because
him right
you
most
were
of
an
the
excellent
time.
player.
On early.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.